Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the conversation around Sweet Baby Inc. just takes off like a wildfire, don't forget, we also have many other companies that are doing the same exact thing, if not sometimes worse, than Sweet Baby Inc. And today we're going to talk about one of those companies. So apparently the company that consulted on Forspoken, yes, that game, Forspoken, the one that lost Square Enix an insane amount of money, apparently they've been lashing out on Twitter in complete damage control for their good old company friend, Sweet Baby Inc.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Now, I can't pretend like this is very shocking, ladies and gentlemen. You got to imagine that since the mainstream gaming industry is trying to run damage control for Sweet Baby Inc. as well, then, of course, the other consultancy firms, they all make the same exact kind of blood money that this company makes, the DEI blood money that we talk about all the time. They make their money doing the same exact thing. So, of course, they're going to come out and defend Sweet Baby Inc. in the hopes that nothing bad happens further to these companies. So let's get into this article, guys, from Phantom Pulse. But, of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says it's been a crazy couple of weeks since the details surrounding the work of Sweet Baby Inc. took the internet by storm. Now we are seeing coordinated pushback from both game journalists and other DEI advocacy groups, many of whom have espoused racist hiring practices and anti-gamer rhetoric. The most recent of these extremely inclusive companies to berate gamers as racist and sexist trolls is known as Black Girl Gamers, a consultation and advocacy company that openly promotes hate against gamers on social media, much like Sweet Baby Inc. has done already. Now, I've spoken about Black Girl Gamers for a long time now. I think the last video I made on them was probably almost a year ago where I spoke about Black Girl Gamers. Actually, it might even be sooner than that because I do remember covering Forspoken and covering Black Girl Gamers, but I've spoken about them a few times now, so this company is not anything surprising to me. I already know about them, but a lot of people don't know that this company exists, especially the same people who didn't know Sweet Baby Inc. existed, so now it's all coming to the limelight. And again, companies like this, they love working in the shadows, no pun intended. They absolutely love working in the shadows because then they could do what they want to do without any pushback from it, from the, from gamers. They hate gamers so much. They hate the jobs that they do. They like doing activism. That's what they like to do. They don't like games. They don't like gaming. It's all just a farce. They use the gaming industry as a means to push activism. And I have a video coming out soon, if not today, that's going to prove that from the latest GDC convention 2024. It literally proves exactly what we've been talking about for a long time now. So then it says Black Girl Gamers, which was founded in UK in 2015, began as a closed Facebook group that excluded anyone who wasn't a female or black. The group was started by J.Ann Lopez, a black woman who claims to have always loved gaming but couldn't find any other black women to play with. Gee, I wonder why that is. It's almost as if you guys are a very small portion of the population. It is worth pointing out that gaming has always been open to any gamer, regardless of gender or ethnicity. Well, the thing is, we know that, right? We know that as people who've been in the gaming scene for a long time, if not all of our lives. We know that. We're not tourists to the scene. These people are tourists to the scene because they don't actually want to be in the gaming scene. The only reason why they are here is because they know they can utilize the gaming scene in the way that it is right now, mainstream gaming. They can utilize it for their activism and get away with it. They can use it to make money. That's really what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I'll never hate anybody for their grift, don't get me wrong, but let's not pretend like you're not in this for the money. The grifter money is fantastic when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's one of the most profitable businesses. Consultancy firms are extremely profitable. They make so much money because the overhead and the cost is very, very minimal. I mean, it's just employees really at this point. So let's not pretend as if this is not a profitable thing for Black Girl Gamers. I mean, look at this, really. This woman right here, Danny Launders, I believe this is the same one who I made a video on regarding the upcoming Black Panther, where she talked about her video game Validate and how on that game, she didn't hire any white people. She only had black people or people of color working on her team. She purposefully did not hire white people. She openly discriminated against people and apparently is not getting in trouble for it, which is amazing. After the Facebook group grew in size, the next step for J.Ann was to take the race hustle to the next level, which resulted in the formation of Black Girl Gamers as a company in 2022, with J.Ann Lopez as a CEO. While Sweet Baby Inc. was originally funded by the non-profit Baby Ghost, Black Girl Gamers received their funding by invoking the name of George Floyd. Their rise to relevance was largely built on the back of Black Lives Matter movement, as well as through acquiring a partnership with the failing live streaming platform Twitch. Now, of course, Twitch probably couldn't wait to get Black Girl Gamers on their website. Of course they couldn't wait. But yes, I am not surprised that they grifted on the Black Lives Matter movement. Listen, if I have the opportunity to make a massive amount of money and a massive amount of following off of one thing that shows up every 4 years, yeah, I'm going to probably do it too. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen. So Black Girl Gamers saw an opportunity with the death of George Floyd. They're like, yep, we're going to do this. This is going to be the next big thing. We're going to grift on this for a year before it disappears for the next 3 years. So they were smart in doing that. Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. Like the article says, it's a race hustle. All of this is a race hustle, and they know exactly what they're doing. They can convince people that they're marginalized. They can convince people that nobody likes them because they're black and female, and yet for some reason, all these companies and corporations want to pander to them, but they still want to tell you they're oppressed. It says the company would quickly shift from being a closed community that promoted racial exclusion into a full-fledged DEI advocacy group that sought to inject wokeness into any game they can consult on. The best example of a game Black Girl Gamers affected the narrative on was the abysmal flop Forspoken, a game that was so universally hated, not even the Access Media could run cover for it. Well, again, this character from Forspoken, okay? Nobody hated her because she was black. Everybody hated her because she was just insufferable. This character, if you saw even just a few cutscenes of the god-awful humor that was in this game, a few cutscenes of just how insufferable this main character was, she was unlikable in every main, I don't know how else to explain it other than she was extremely unlikable. There was no way this character was going to go very far as a main character who's supposed to be the good girl, supposed to be the good guy, whatever you want to say. That's not going to happen. You can try to make this character into an accurate representation all you want, but simply put, all you made was a diverse character that nobody could stand. Even people on the extreme left were talking about this character and how they couldn't stand her and why she was so insufferable. People were questioning why they decided to do this. Well, now you know why. Because Black Girl Gamers decided to consult on this game and probably had their hands in it a little bit and made a couple of changes that maybe Square Enix said, you know what, we need to do this, because they use Forspoken as a means to make a modern audience game for the West. That was their whole idea. Let's make a modern audience game for the West. This is what they thought we as Western gamers wanted in our video games. You couldn't be further from the truth. You couldn't be further accurate, or inaccurate, I should say. It's just impossible. This is not what we want. This is never what we wanted. We never asked for this. We never needed this. We damn sure don't want this. This game proves that modern audiences don't exist. Stop it with the modern audience nonsense. Stop making your games for gamers that don't actually game. Stop making your games for people that don't actually buy games, and start making your games for people that actually will buy your product, because as we know, Forspoken completely flopped. It says in an interview with Her Agenda, the Black Girl Gamer CEO would give some of the usual talking points regarding what she's trying to accomplish in the gaming industry. As you probably already assume, it sounds an awful like Sweet Baby Inc. It says, we call out the industry for some of the issues we're noticing when hiring black women, black representation in games, specifically black women in games, and discrimination in the industry in general, she said. Over time, we've grown and attracted partners, clients, and sponsors to create events to broker talent. So it can be for creating content to curate educational programs, to heighten black women's equity in the industry, and provide a kind of pumping a pipeline for black women. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, their entire reason for existing is just nonstop DEI. All these companies want to say, oh, no, we do other stuff other than DEI. DEI is not our focal point. Well, guess what? Black Girl Gamers, their entire focal point is literally a DEI company. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.
If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.